Hey Flosstube, it's Kerry and Stitches. It's Friday the 10th of July and this is a special edition episode focusing on fabrics. Today I'm going to focus primarily on British hand dyers, looking at Sparklies, Chromatic Alchemy, Crafty Kitten, Jodyri and Polstitches. I do have fabrics in my stash from other dyers, but primarily it is the British hand dyers. I've got some Bygart. I've got some hand dyed by solo dyes from friends. I've got a bit of colour and cotton, some hand dyed happiness. But today we're going to look at those 5 dyers. A lot of them can be found on the fabric viewer if you need to or want to check out the fabrics a bit more. I certainly know Polstitches, Crafty Kitten and Sparklies are. Anyway, so I've got my piles of fabric divided up by designer. I've also got a couple of finished pieces and whips as well if I've got fabric from a particular designer. So we're going to start off with Sparklies. There will be crinkling because a lot of them are in the biodegradable bags, and this is my Sparklies fabric. So I did a focus on Sparklies last year, so I will link that below. And I'm making notes for it too. Link fabric focus. So when I did the interview with Kate, when I spoke about Kate, she was kind enough to send me some fabric samples. I've got 3 on linen. Oh, I had 3 on linen. I also had a piece of belly bronze which I've used. So we've got Parchment and Innocent Princess. We've got 3 on Lugana. So there is we've got Sagittarius, Cancer and Lavender Blue. And then I also have some Ada. We've got Black Dahlia, Moonlighting and Harvest Blush. So actually I'm going to keep those 2 out because I also have those in linen, so you can just see a bit of a comparison. I don't think I have any of the other. Oh, I have Parchment, I think. Oh, I have got Parchment on linen, so let me just check. Lavender Blue. Okay, that literally has just come to me. I also have some oddments from when I saw Kate at the Festival of Quilts where she exhibits. So those 2, that looks like an even weave. I don't know what these are. I think Kate may have said, anyway, Funky Purple. This actually was a very long piece and I did Lizzie Kate's Merry String on it. So you can see that in some of my finishes. And this is an Ada. Quite a low count by the looks of it. High count rather. And so that's what made me fall in love with Black Dahlia. And this is it on linen. Obviously hand dyed fabrics, there are always going to be slight differences in modelling. So I stitched the Blackbird Designs Candy Cane, and I'm currently stitching Humble Honey on it as well. Oh, that's not very good. Humble Honey on it too. So I love this fabric. I'm definitely going to get more in the future. One of the great things about Kate's Fabric Club for Sparklies is that you can send a wish list and choose your own fabrics, which is what I've done. I don't know what I'm going to get each month, but I have 12 fabrics that I've picked that I would really like to have. And Kate's working her way down that list. So I have, so this most of my linens are 36 count with the exception of this one, which is BST, British Summertime. We have Oatmeal, which is just a really nice pale, it's not coming up very well, but just a nice pale well, oatmeal colour at the end of the day. Right, okay, so fairly bronze. I'm going to keep that one back for a minute. These are my two new ones, so you won't have seen these at all. So we have got Autumn Glow. I love this. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And just to show, sometimes you get a difference in dye lots. These are both parchment. So there's definitely more green tinge to that parchment than the brown of that, but still fantastic neutrals. We've got slightly nutty, and this is again to show you the difference. Harvest Blush on linen and on Ada, but as you can see from it does have some lighter spots at the back of it, and I'm just getting reflections. But let's take this one out and have a look at it. Lose my card. Oh, this is pretty. There we go. So that was Harvest Blush. We've got Gina's Delight. Definitely got a bit more green to it. We've got Bayou, which is black brown basically. Kind of what happens like when you speckle bleach on something. Oh, got another piece of BST in 35 count, which actually is quite a bit different to the original. It's quite a bit darker than the original one I had. So those are two. Oh, we can't. Probably isn't going to be the best, but there we go. On those, I've got some limited editions from December and January, a green and a blue. Another limited edition. Yeah, another limited edition there in the purple. With a nice blue at the back. Buttery, slightly buttery. I love Kate's Slightly range. Slightly Spring, which is the green. Reminds me quite a bit of Star Sapphire from. It's not coming across very well. Star Sapphire from. No, switch up. Vireo, which you all loved. Vireo. Tiger Lily, which is a fantastic brown. There we go. And Aries, which I am thinking I might use for. You have to bear with me on this one. Blue flowers. This is all you're doing, Sharon. All you're doing. So I'm thinking of that for that. I will need to pull through. I haven't got the threads, all the threads for it yet. You know, the great guest shortage of 2020. So that's a maybe on that one. So I'm going to pop that there. I really could have done with being boxed in because the pile's gone a bit. Oh, I also recently bought some of Kate's Ada, and again that's very much like the limited edition. There's a lovely blue grey there, and there's also that gorgeous buttery colour there too. So very, oh no, not similar to that. No, okay, it's like nothing I have in my stash, but it's a great colour. So yeah. So we're going to move on to Chromatic Alchemy. I can't see what the time is. About 9:16. So Chromatic Alchemy stash is a bit smaller, but actually I've used quite a bit of my Chromatic Alchemy stash. Kate's Fabric of the Month Club, you get 2 pieces every month, so that's probably why my stash is a lot bigger of that. Another twinkle out of the way. So I've got most of them in the bags again. So my other option for the blue flower is this one, which is another maybe, and that is called Bacchus. And that's a 32 count Belfast. So I'm going to go with. So don't know. I think I'm probably swaying slightly more towards Bacchus. If it'll fit. Because it's a big old piece. But we will see. So, I'm going to have to take a lot of these out of the bag to tell you what they are. So we've got, okay. So all my Chromatic Alchemy is 32 count linen. So we've got cumulatus, which is, you know, like the clouds. It's not showing up very well. It's going a lot darker than it actually is. We have a really dark blue. It's called Nereus. Oh, that's not too bad. There is, oh, what's this one? Can't pick the label up. Oh. Arcanum. Arcanum? A lot of these are going to have to come out bags because I can't see what bags are. Oh, rubescent. I'm assuming like rubies. That's pale pink. It's really pretty. There's some sort of yellowy undertones to it. Zephyr. Gorgeous greeny blue. Gorgeous. We have Midas, which is what I started my Alice salon, and I think I might have another kit chart for that one, so I'm just going to keep that to the side for a minute. I have an opal linen in my stash. I think there's a mix up. And that is Red Tide. And it definitely has sort of undertones of a reddy, purpley blue in it, and it's a great, fantastic piece. We've got Erebus. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. I went through those two. What else we got here? Jamboree. Crazy multicolour piece. What do you think, Lot?
Love it.
Yeah. That screams to the inner tie-dye of Lottie.
We're not busy today.
And kind of think I know what I'm going to put on this one, which is Pumpkin King. And I'm thinking I bought Blackbird Designs Blackbird, and I think I'm going to put it on that. I think it'd be perfect. So the only other piece in my stash is what I stitched Alpine on, which I never thought would work in a million years, but it is amazing on this. I love this. And this is Harbour, and which basically means Desert Storm. So I have a whole 9x13 piece there that can be used at a later date. What's Chessie Mise on oatmeal? Okay, we won't worry about. I have things kitted up, and we'll go through those at the end, so they're sparklies. One of my new plans to kit up is to kit up this one. This is out of the last month's cross stitcher, and I'm thinking I might put it on the Midas. That's if it's big enough. I haven't checked the size measurements yet, but I'm thinking it's going to go on Midas. Right, so that was Chromatic Alchemy. She's changed how she's doing her Fabric of the Month clubs, and I can't remember what the change was. I think it's basically stock stuff now, so rather than a new limited every month. So I'm going to link everything, all the clubs below. So, you know, a lot of my Chromatic Alchemy were more sort of darker, bolder pieces, whereas my Sparklies, through my choice, I'm going to put that caveat in, were a lot lighter pieces. So have a look at the the various sites and just see what you like. So we're going to move on to Jodyri Designs, which is my first fabric club. So I stitched quite a bit on the fabric. The fabric's beautiful to stitch on. Oh, they all use I got bases, because you can see they've got the orange line on them. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So 28. Let's go with the 28 counts first. I've got a range of stuff from Jodyri in all sorts. So let's have a look. Okay. So I've got some opalescence, I've got linen, we've got feldspar. Now I know that each year that, oh, her name's gone, the Jodyri lady, Michelle, there we go, makes some of her fabrics permanent ones, and she does have similar things on her site. So that was feldspar. These are 28. The first one's a 28 count Brittany. This is, actually it's got a chunk out of it. Oh no, it's a full piece of it. That is Jack-o'-lantern, and I really like this. It's a much warmer orange, and I use that as the base for my cameo that I stitched, which I didn't take off the wall, and that's upstairs. Brittany Galaxy. I guess this is what these both died at very different times, but this is a Galaxy on a Brittany, which is super pretty, versus Galaxy as a 32 count linen. Different dye batches. But you can see they're really quite different. What's that? Let's try and get some of these in there. I do love that Chromatic Alchemy have labels sewn onto them. So I kept the hard weave one on the whole time I was stitching it. So get it right in the end. Right, then there's that one. Got mulled wine. So this is a limited edition. Pretty pinky purple. Almost sort of mauve actually. And that's a 32 count opal Murano. And then we've got November Rain, which is just a very blue-grey opal Murano. And then Mother's Day, and that piece has something chopped out. Oh, that's what that is there. Put that scrap in the bag. Mother's Day is just that purple Murano. You can't see the sparkles. That's another 32 count Murano. And another piece that I've stitched on, I'll show you, is my piece on Earth, and this was a 28 count blue green guppy, and I really like that. Very little mottling in it, so just made a nice good solid colour for the base for that piece on Earth. And my whip, I do have a Jodyri Designs whip, and that is my Flatwork Lady, and this is on, I think I said it wrong. So this is Burns Night, which was a limited edition, and this is again a 32 count opal Murano. Lovely thickness to her fabrics, again, so I got base. So just a bit of mottling on it, nothing major. So love, 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 love. What's making me want to stitch on that? I haven't been able to say that for a while on that one. Just move that pile out of the way. So that's Jodyri Designs. Brings me on to Crafty Kitten. Now my Crafty Kitten stash is very small, and were actually my first 2 pieces of hand dye which I've never used. So these are my first 2 pieces: Mermaid, Mystical Mermaid, and Buttercup, but they're on 28 count Jaslins. I guess it's because I bought small pieces. Well, I remember having them as a Christmas present. And then we have the 28 count linen in Fairy Forest, which is that one. My only whip is Monkey Wrench, which is here. And that actually, yeah, slightly more blue than the 28 count, so, but fantastic linens. And that's a 40 count, that one that I'm stitching on. That was a misorder. So there we go. So my last focus is on Polstitches. I've never bought a piece of fabric from them as a single piece of fabric. I've only ever bought a grab bag from them, but they are lovely fabrics, and as you can see, they had a very generous grab bag of probably about 10 pieces. That's my leftovers. So just some really lovely, pretty pieces. I expect that one's been cut down a bit more. I'm assuming that's a Polstitches one. That's one of the bigger pieces in there. So really nice fabrics. That went to that. Let me find. That was a really nice big piece of yellow that I had, and I'd been saving it for a long time. So that is, and I got 3 designs out of that one. So just a really nice pale yellow linen. Some are linen, some are even weaves, some are opal, some are not. And my only whip on the opal on Polstitches is my Lindy Stitches, which I just thought was absolutely perfect for it, very much like the piece that Stephanie chose, and you can see the difference between that and the blue. So the lighting's not been great, not the best day for a fabric showcase, I think, but I hope that just gave you some ideas about some of the hand dyes that are out and about in the UK. I can't complain about any of them. They've all been fantastic. They all offer great service, good communication. Yeah, so Kate from Sparklies offers grab bags if you want to try some of the ones out. Polstitches do a grab bag if you want to try some of their fabrics. I know Crafty Kitten often has a remnants, seconds and spares sale. I think Chromatic Alchemy do the same. So lots and lots of options there for fabric. I think I pretty much have everything in every colour. A whole rainbow of stitchy goodness. What I shall do is, just because the lighting's not fantastic in here at the moment, the sun's suddenly come out and it's all gone a bit funny, I will take some photographs of the fabrics, and I'll just do a little fabric slideshow at the end just to show you some close-ups. Drop me a message if there's anything you want to look at a bit more closely or discuss. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know if there are any more fabric dyes out there that I just don't know about. I'd love to try some more. I like to support our British dyers, so let me know if there's any ones I don't know about or haven't mentioned. So, and I'm sure there are. So that's how I heard about Crafty Kitten. I knew about before I Flosstubed. Maybe Sparklies. Maybe Sparklies. Everybody else, yeah, Sparklies I knew about. Everybody else has been generally as the result of Flosstube. So Polstitches I knew about, but I'd never ordered from them. So Flosstube, and my 50 pieces of fabric are Flosstube. And I say there I've got offcuts and scraps of all sorts of fabrics as well. Kate certainly does samples if you need. I think she charges £1 a sample for her samples. So if you're really looking to get an idea or something, can shoot her a message. She's super helpful. So, and if you didn't see my fabric focus, I'll link that below, and you can check that out again. As I said, and have a look on the fabric viewer, because hand dyes work so well with a multitude of designers such as Joan Elliott or Nora Corbett. Who are the new Millimaids? Bella Filipina, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So some of the Autumn Lane Stitchery ones, I would imagine. So there is just Fabric View is a great resource. Nobody's sponsoring this. These are all my own opinions. I've moved from club to club to club just because I fancied. So I ended up with quite a lot of pinks from Jodyri, and as you can see, and I've given quite a few of them to friends as well. So a lot of pinks, and I'm just not a pink person. So I decided to move and try Chromatic Alchemy, and ended up with a lot of darker and more saturated colours, which again is partly to do with the linen. So, and I fancied some 36 count, which he didn't offer at the time. I'm not sure if she does now. So hence my move to Sparklies, because I got into the club first. I know that Crafty Kitten offer 36 and 40. Oh, she certainly offers 40. I'm not sure about 36. So you know, I've done about a year. I did a year in Jodyri. I did about a year in Chromatic Alchemy, possibly a bit longer. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, about a year in Chromatic Alchemy, and I think I've done Sparklies for about a year now too. I've got 20 whole pieces, so that's 10 months. There you go. That's my bit of fabric overview and a bit of a look into my stash a bit more. Oh, the 3 I was going to kit up. So I've got 3 charts that have been in my stash that I can keep wanting to kit up, and I'm going to pull fabrics, and that's what we're going to do them on. So I thought I'd be brave, and I'm going to do Santa's House on BS2. I think I might use the lighter BS2 yet, I don't know. So Let My Example Shine from Chessie and Me is going to be on oatmeal, just because it's a smaller piece and I had plenty of it. So, oh, that's not going to show. That's what I'm going to do for that. I'm trying to pick sort of similar colours. And Coffee Drinker's Confession, which will be probably my next start, if I can ever get the rest of the guest. Caramel corn, dark chocolate and ruby slipper. That's what I need. And what note did I put? Barely bronzed. That's probably that one. Oh, that's parchment. I will have to do a floss with them. That's slightly nutty. Oh, that might work. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I don't know now. Oh, you now have a choice of 3.
Which one's
Right, Coffee Drinker's Confession lot.
Yeah.
Got 3 fabrics.
2 are the same.
They're not the same, they're a bit different, look.
Okay, the middle one.
You reckon the middle one? Yeah. That's what I picked to start with. I am slightly towards slightly nutty. So we will see. I'm going to put some photographs at the end. Let me know what you think. I love reading your comments and messages. So stay well. I'll be back next week with a regular, normal, fortnightly Flosstube update. So take care and happy stitching, and I will see you all very soon. Bye bye.